We back at it. Daze Unscripted.
Yes. You good? You breathing
Man.
all heavy as shit.
I was really crying, bro, and then I just ran around the crib real quick, and I'm still catching up. I just blew my nose, so I was really crying. I had tears all over my face.
Word.
Yeah, so I'm just recovering. I'm in a state of recovery right now. I'm doing well, though.
Always recovering from the days.
The days always in effect, man. It was really in effect just a second ago, and it really took a toll on me, if I'm going to be honest.
It's a high-pitched days.
Bye then.
Look, man. But yeah, how y'all doing, man? I'm happy to be back on the show again. I'm happy to be back in a normal seat. You know what I mean? Card technical difficulties are now resolved. So,
do you want to speak on that?
Not necessarily. It's not really important. Just know that if you feel like you need to get something done to your vehicle, if it's imperative to your life, please just do it. So save yourself some stress. I didn't do it, and then I had to do it after it caused me a bunch of stress. Losing sleep. I'm doing well now. I feel safe when I'm on the road. I feel safe getting around. I do a lot of driving in my daily life, a lot more than the average person. So, I'm happy I got my vehicle back. I'm happy it's okay. I was a little worried for a little bit, but worry no more. You know what I'm saying? So, happy to be back. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, being back, we have our segment is also back, but we also have it back with a new graphic. We're ready to premiere that right now.
Yes, sir.
Premiere.
Go ahead and say it. It is
yes,
what?
It is that time of the week. Project of the week. Album of the week. We formerly known as Project of the Week. Let's go. And this week it's Locke's pick himself.
Yes, sir.
18 Vino.
18 Vino. You feel me?
Indeed.
Space.
I got a quick question. Is like Vino the gang and he is 18, or is he 18, or is the gang Vino?
I believe he's 19 years old, for the record.
Okay.
But he might have, from what it looks like, actually, this actually might have some merit to it. From what it looks like, last year was his first year really making music. He dropped a lot of music last year, and this is like his first like real full thing together. I think he actually dropped something recently, but still, this is like his. It's called his seminal project. All right, he dropped.
There's a few words, my friends.
What?
If we use them too much, the universe might just open up, my friend.
Yeah, that's fair.
But go ahead.
But I'm just saying, this is like something that he's trying to push forward, possibly as a debut. But it seems like he might have started dropping when he was 18.
Okay.
So maybe he
was the 18-year-old in the Vino gang.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right. Because
does he mention Vino gang?
Willie, how do you feel about the music, my friend?
So, it was cool. It was cool. It was violent again.
Yeah.
Mixed well.
Don't call it violent. Call it aggressive, fam.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it's aggressive. Rather aggressive. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was aggressive. Production felt very like back in the day SoundClick beats. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It felt nostalgic. Yeah, bro.
You remember SoundClick?
Yes. He said sound. I thought he was going SoundCloud, and then he said SoundClick.
Click. Yeah, that's back in the day.
Yeah, like it gave me sound like, and it felt quasi nostalgic, but at the same time, I was like, "Oh, this sounds old." But it sounds like it was on purpose, though.
That's what I was going to say.
That's the difference. Yeah. It didn't sound like it didn't. It sounded like it was. It
didn't seem like it was out of place. It definitely seemed like it fit his vibe. Some of my favorite tracks off of there, stuff like Essential. Essential. That track is has that sort of like sound clicky type of vibe, like almost like a Fruity Loop, like melodic, cheesy, almost like a video game.
I was waiting for a vibes drop. Like vibes.
Oh my gosh.
Or you remember Superstar? Oh, Superstar. Oh. JohnnyJuliano.com.
JohnnyJuliano.com.
Real ones know. But yeah, I agree. I feel like it fit his energy. I had a couple standouts from there. Evil Knievel was one of my favorites.
Knievel.
18 Aliens was cool.
18 Alien.
As well as
Aaron
Choppa.
Just repeating you. He's just repeating you.
Choppa was also another track that stood out for me. I think there was one more. Let me pull it up real quick. There was one more early on that stood out. My bad. Block Life, and Players Play.
Block Life.
Freestyle was also fun. I feel like, but the thing is, though, he had a lot of tracks. This is why I'm naming off so many. They were short, they were quick, to the point. That was my standout. I'll go into the critique later. AT, do you have any standout tracks from it at all? What's your thoughts on the album?
18 Vino. By the way.
Oh, he kept them.
Wait, which mic are you using?
He using both mics. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, he
My favorite track is 18 Nights.
Yeah.
I like that track a lot.
He started off the whole record letting us know he was a Gemini.
Yeah, he did.
I feel like he's dropping stuff around his birthday, basically.
I thought about that too. It's like his birthday about to come out.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's like multiple promo.
Amen.
Shout out to all the Geminis out there. Geminis love Willie B.
I was about to say, are you Gemini, Willie? You seem
Willie
like
is
a
not
Gemini.
No, I'm a Pisces.
Pisces, my friend.
I'm a Pisces.
I did like 18 Nights. The one drawback I did have for the album, I'm gonna call it an album because I think it is an album, but Project of the Week, of course. But in this case, it's album. But one drawback I did have on there, I feel like he's young in the game, so I feel like that's something he'll be able to correct over time.
Young
but his wordplay and his don't be doing that, bro. I'm gonna lose it. I ain't got no tissues out here. I'm really gonna be crying. But don't do it, bro. But I feel like his wordplay. You know, there were a couple of times in a couple of these tracks that I liked overall, where you will feel like the build up, where somebody a more experienced rapper, not even necessarily like a lyricist or anything like that, but just a more experienced musician and a rapper and a songwriter, they would capitalize on that momentum to drop like a bar or something like that, some type of wordplay right there to sort of capitalize on the momentum and then go back into whatever. You know how it is, how the flow of a song sort of goes. And there was a couple of times where I feel like it was like anticlimactic, where I'm waiting for like this bar, and he's just like says something that just kind of rhymes, or like maybe it don't rhyme, and he just kind of flowing. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's the end of the verse. Like,
yeah.
I just feel like over time he'll be able to understand, like, through critiques and feedback, could be like, this is how you end off the verse on a strong note, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like, although some people are just like super duper lyricist,
yeah,
like, I feel like that's not necessarily his vibe. So therefore, just because he's 18 or 19, that may not be there. I know when I tried my hand at rap, you know, when I was younger for like that 1 month.
Willie B project coming soon.
My man was in there going. Don't play, Will.
I would say stuff like it's hot and warm outside. Man, is getting fickle. I'm gonna have to cool down with a nice popsicle. Like, I would not want the beat drop on that. You are crazy. You are crazy.
But I feel you though. That's the thing. It's like the man is gonna. I feel like this is one thing that I like about it, is that he's gonna have time to build on that. Me and Tissue also talked about this a little bit before a couple weeks ago about some of these younger artists, quote unquote, you know, having kids in the game. You know what I mean? And I feel like I take back my statement saying that Roddy was at that point because with Murray. I mentioned this in church with Murray. Remember, I was like, Murray is like the first type.
We were listening to that in Denver. Ashton was playing it.
It's a good album. You know what I mean? Really shout out to Murray. You know what I mean? And shout out to everything he's doing as well. Being featured on Cole's album and everything. Dude's got a lot of big things ahead of him. But I feel like that was almost at a point of like putting him in the box. And, you know, Roddy needs to drop more. Roddy needs to establish himself more in order to get to that point where he can be like, you know, these people are following my blueprint. But people like NBA Youngboy, people like we talked about this earlier, NLE, they've dropped some music. They've sort of built this sound. And you see people like this guy in particular, you know what I mean? 18 Vino sort of adopting that energy and sort of using it to their advantage. When I listened to it, almost some of it sounded like a Youngboy track or a Choppa track, you know what I mean? And in a good way. But it's like, you know, it's cool to see the sound evolving. And he's like I said, he's young in the game, so I feel like he'll be able to sort of take that to his advantage a lot more efficiently going forward. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's in a good spot. So, you know, I'm excited to see what he ends up doing in the future.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Did you have any favorite tracks off the album, Will?
No.
Yeah, that man said no.
Right.
It was too aggressive for Willie B.
No. And I think that's only because it was like 2 weeks in a row of that, and I listened to this more. Like
we'll be going to church on Sunday. So
guess what? This week is your pick, Willie. So
I'm gonna pick something aggressive.
No, don't do that.
3 weeks. Oh man, I can't wait.
I didn't mean to pick something aggressive. Like I was on the phone with y'all when I picked that. You know, I had a couple options and.
You gotta be down here for that, Willie. If you was in Florida bumping that shit and we was outside, you would be feeling. You would be like, "Damn, this." If you was driving around,
it's hard.
Hey, honestly, like that's the energy out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Another thing about you see out there is all these regional differences in music, man. Out there in Florida, it makes sense. Florida and Atlanta in the South, it makes sense to be aggressive. Up here, we have the wintertime, bro. People get sad up here.
Oh no, no, that's not even a joke, bro. I was
also real.
I was depressed the week before I went to Denver because I'm just
sad.
like
People get seasonally depressed because stuff around them. It's just gloomy. People make sad music. People be rapping sad. It's just how it be, bro. And that's how it is right now. Even still with the mass stuff you see, like the southern states, like with the COVID thing, like it's like a different level of energy in all types of ways. Music. Just society, you know what I mean? You go in there, it's just a different type of feel. People are different, you know what I'm saying? And they handling everything different. I know you mentioned something about the mask mandates and like how people feel about having their mask on, having their mask off. And you can sort of almost see that correlate with like where people live almost in a sense. It's more common in these areas towards the south where it's like people can be outside. People are used to being outside. To them, they feel safer outside. So it's like, man, forget a mask. Like, I don't need all that.
But especially outside.
You know what I'm saying? Especially outside.
Yo,
like
me and Locke was on FaceTime earlier in the week, and he was like meeting his Uber Eats driver or whatever one of them whack ass bum ass I'll scam any of them companies is. But whatever one of it is, basically he put on a mask to meet the driver, and I was in shock because I was like, bro, I would never do that down here. First off, I tell them put it at my door and
I do the leave a door function.
I live in an apartment building, so
yeah, it's a different scenario, definitely. But
no, come in, I'll buzz you in.
No, that's cool. I'll come in. I don't want you coming all in here, man. I don't want you knowing exactly where I live. I'll just come out there and get you, man. That's cool.
But regardless, the fact that they're like, you are supposed to be meeting those. It does say meet those people but we never do that. You know what I mean? We pick up even if we go outside to meet them at the door. I have friends that come over and order food, and they, they go outside and pick it up with no mask on. But it's different. It's different down here, and that's what we was kind of talking early COVID. It's like y'all COVID experience was way, way different than
it's
my
like
experience.
It never really even happened down there. Y'all never even got to the point where we were up here. You know what I mean? Like y'all never really stopped. It's just people stopped coming to Florida. That's
the restaurants closed a little bit. Some of the restaurants did close. Yeah,
but it's like y'all was still doing. Y'all was still doing your thing. You know what I mean? Beaches were still populated, right? During that time.
Well, they had
mandates.
They had said like, yo, beaches is closed, but like
they said a lot of stuff, bro.
But that was more for the tourists. You know what I mean? The beaches wasn't really closed.
That's what I'm saying. Like people stopped coming to Florida, but people in Florida were still there being Floridians, you know what I mean? Doing anything. So it's interesting. And you also look at sports. Oh, my bad. What's up?
Before we get too far off the Uber Eats topic, I got a short Uber Eats story.
Here we go, man. What's going on? What happened? Was this in Denver?
You said what?
Was this in Denver?
No. This was here. That ain't go through. All right, we'll work on that.
This man triggers.
Willie B story of the week, man.
Yo, for everybody that don't know, I tried to trigger a sound effect and it didn't go up. I don't know.
I got you with a sound effect, my friend. Willie B story. Story time of the week, my friend. Let's go.
So it was late. My friend. All right. No, y'all, listen. It was late. And I said to myself, I need to get some food now. It was like a smooth, like midnight 30. And I'm like, only thing open on this joint is like Rallies. Or something. It was something like that.
There is a Rallies down the street.
Or something like that. It was something like that. Yeah. Or maybe it was right before. Maybe it was 11:30, and I clicked Wendy's or something like that. I can't remember. It was Rallies or something with the end with the E's.
Okay. So what happened?
So
what happened?
So I ordered my food, and I think it was taking a little extra time to get there. Right. So I think I had like laid down for a second, woke up. Then the person
you went to sleep.
I think I took a short nap. It was just a nap.
This man went to sleep.
Because the same video, like this, because I was watching like a 30-something minute video on YouTube.
And you went
so
to
the
sleep.
same video was playing, like it was the end of the video.
Okay.
So they finally get there because like 45 minutes, an hour later for like some Wendy's or Rallies. But okay. So an hour later, I see the Uber person is on their way. They're like a few minutes away. The Uber person was somebody I knew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should have scammed them.
And then on the app, because like because you see who they are on the app, and I don't know what it looked like on the driver's side.
Yeah.
But like, I'm assuming they see you, like they know you are you. Like it had his first and last names. I'm assuming my first and last name and picture is there because the picture is there. So I'm like, dang, I wasn't about to tip.
Oh, well, you don't tip.
Did they see it?
Hey, that's a whole other conversation, bro.
Hey, don't get me started on that. Did they even see it? They don't know. I don't. I personally.
They know when you tip because they thank you.
Yeah, man. They definitely see it at the end of the day. I get thanked for tips at like midnight when people done with their shifts type thing. They're like, oh, Michael thanked you for his tip. I'm like, oh, for sure. Like, but this is how it be.
What app is that? What app is that?
That's Uber Eats,
the
bro.
Uber Eats joint. They can see when you tip it.
AT done got banned from Uber Eats. He don't know which.
No. So dig
don't
this.
Don't say my name like that. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, all them apps. I have friends that was working in corporate Uber Eats, corporate DoorDash, and they were saying those people wasn't really getting the tips. And since then, it was body for tips for all of them apps.
Ayo, but
the story that's goes what on. I believe.
Check this. Huh? So like you know how they pulling up to give you the food, right? Mm-hmm. Dude calls me. I'm like, he definitely got no.
Why did he call you?
He was just making sure it's the house because the front ain't really where I send them.
They don't be calling you.
They call you through the app.
They text you through
the app. That you can call through the app.
And shoot.
So, because the last time I had somebody order Uber Eats. Yeah.
I ain't picking that mug up.
So like they was saying it just to make sure it was here. So then I watched them drop it, right? Just
what?
I don't want to meet them at the door, so because I press leave at door. So I just want them to leave it at the door. Cause I don't want them to like see me. I'm not putting on pants for Uber Eats, bro. Like I'm not. I'm already like in my bed with drawers on.
Okay.
But like so then I was like, dang, I know this person, so I gotta tip them. And I wasn't in a tipping mood.
Man, I be what? Okay, I mean, I'm not about to do that, bro. You gotta tip these folks, man. You gotta tip them, bro.
I got some cash. You should tip them.
I tip, and I don't.
What is the perception of tip? Like
it's really just an American thing because we don't pay people.
Yeah, but we know we don't pay folks enough.
We do it because you feel like when you out. That's what you just said, fam. So it's like Willie. He do it when he out.
He said, "I'm not in a tipping mood." What is a tipping mood?
So like
you're in a mood to buy.
That's what I'm saying. You're in a mood outside,
but you're in a mood to pay to have food delivery fee and wait an hour to have this Wendy's delivered to your house.
That was partially.
But you don't want to get this man $5 for the trouble.
If anything, let's be real. You should give him cash because I don't trust none of them apps.
And that's fine. That's fine. I do tip them.
You leaving the money at door? Because you just said earlier did you tell him to leave the stuff at the door?
Yeah.
So now you're meeting them.
I missed you. No, I missed you. I'm sorry. That's why you didn't get a tip, and I don't have cash on hand. So sorry. That's what it be. If I had cash on hand, my bad. But my other thing with that, and again, I know I'm probably offend some service industry people, but like. I didn't make you choose that industry. I didn't make you choose that job. I don't get tips for my job. Y'all get tips for your job?
No.
Out of goodwill, maybe. Out of love. Out of randomness. But I didn't choose again.
I get paid well for my job. I don't need tips.
He on here bragging now.
No, it's like you same with you, AT. You get paid well for your job, bro. You don't need tips. We both know that. You ain't getting paid no 10 an hour.
Me, nigga.
Yeah, I ain't pocket watch. I'm just saying, you're not getting paid 10 an hour. You ain't getting paid less than 10 an hour like most service people are.
But most of those people, again, no discredit to any of those jobs.
Some of those people don't, but some people don't have a choice though to do those type of things. So they in that position because they don't. You know, I feel you. There's two sides of the coin. So it's like you can look at it one way or look at it another way. I choose to look at it like, I feel you. You know what I mean? So
you think serving gonna be is that your career?
No, that's most people's.
I hope that sets them on an idea like, yo, you gotta rely on
in most cases, people are in serving because they're doing something else, in the process of doing something else or building something else. Unless they're like a bartender where that is their career, and they usually earn their tips in that respect. And same with service folks, like they're doing their best to serve that to earn that. But most cases, people that are serving, waitressing, waiters, they're doing that as a stepping stone or in an interlude or an intermission between something. Or moving on to something else, or they're building something on the side in order to take advantage of once they're at a better spot financially. But usually it's just about money.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, yeah.
And that's why a lot of people in the Uber Eats thing, a lot of them people started doing this because they lost their jobs in COVID. That's why I feel it, man.
And I get it.
So,
but in Willie's point earlier, he said, "Hey, only in this country."
But that's the thing, though. That's a perspective.
You go to other countries,
but that means. But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm
crazy.
saying, though. This is what I'm saying. Just because this the fact that you say, "Oh, our system is broken," and the reason that's why you need this extra, I'm not going to give it to you. What is that? You know it's fun. I understand if you were ignorant, like, oh, why do you need these tips? I'm not giving you this, but you're like, I know why you need the tip. I know exactly why. I know every bit why you need the tip. I know you really need it, but I'm not gonna give it to you because of the fact that you actually need it and system fucked up. I'm gonna teach them a lesson, but I'm not gonna hurt you. That's fucked up, bro. That's like even worse than just being ignorant. You know what I mean? Because the fact that you know they need it, bro. You're like, the system fucked up. Only here in America, man. I ain't tipping you. Why do we? Because you know they need it. Like, come on, bro. That's why I tip. That's the exact reason why I tip.
I be outside and not tip, but if I'm delivery, I'm sorry, I don't know where that shit go.
I still tip because I'm at the crib. I'm like, you coming to my crib? You drove all the way out here to the.
I mean, no, I feel both sides.
That's what I'm saying. There's two sides of the coin. I feel it, but
I also feel like you can because in some instances you serve by more than one person. I'm not about to tip everybody. I'm tipping who I feel like tipping.
What do you mean?
Case in point.
Which is valid.
I'm tipping who I feel like tipping. I'm in the airport lounge, right?
Yeah.
You go get your food. That's one person. It's another place to get your food. That's another person. They telling you like, oh, tip if you feel free. You go to the bar. It's two different people at the bar.
I'm not saying I tip everything everywhere.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like at Five Guys, they got a tip jar. I ain't tipping you at Five Guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like when it comes down, like even with Uber Eats, if you a bad driver, I'm not tipping you. I'm gonna tip you $1. I'm still gonna tip you. You're going to get something. But the thing is, like, I'm going to set it at a base of like 20%. That's where I tip high, bro. I tip about 20% on the higher end, sometimes more than that if I feel like you're doing your thing. Usually when I go at the bars, I tip like 50%. I tip a lot, you know what I mean? Because I feel it, you know what I'm saying? But
I feel you.
But if my delivery is mad late, if the dude on trash, if he giving me problems, if he just messing up, bro, I'm gonna go on the way back in the door. I'm changing the tip type thing. Like that's specifically what I'm changing. You know
I start with no tip and then I just tip later.
Dang.
No, because on Uber it's like, do you want to leave a tip for your order before you even order?
Yeah.
I'm like nothing.
I'd be like,
and then I'll do it late. No, I do it later because then they send it later. But the other thing is like in the airport lounge, out of everybody that served me, I only felt like tipping the black person. So like
that's cool too. I mean, I feel you, but like.
I
understand.
I'm saying straight up.
Yeah,
I only felt like tipping the black.
But it's like if it's just because they black, whatever your motivation is. Like I don't. If in a position where it's like if I'm in a lounge and everybody's coming through, I might end up leaving a tip on the table. Like that's just it. Like you know what I mean. They shouldn't have 3 or 4 people running to my table. If I'm at a bar, I should only have one or 2 people
you go
tipping
to
me.
where the service is. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm that black person get my tip.
I feel you.
I don't know what. I'm a scammer. What Stacey said last week, I'm corrupt.
Yeah,
so
AT probably the most corrupt.
Don't worry, I'm corrupt too.
Both of y'all mad corrupt. Y'all don't tip. Y'all like.
Yo, all right, so let's not do that. I tipped. I was literally at the bar the other night. I tipped and I paid another bill.
Because you was outside.
Huh? I mean, hey, the service is
better
outside.
Okay, hold on. Do you tip for the okay. Do you tip when you by yourself? When you outside?
What does that mean?
Do you tip if you go? Do you ever go out by yourself?
Only times I ever really go out is by myself. If I'm hitting the bar, yeah, I may be meeting somebody there, or I see people there, but I'm out. Yeah, I am. Yes, that happened the other night.
Okay.
The other thing I want to put out there is I've tipped drive-through workers. I tip when I feel like it. So like I'm not. For me, it's like I am generally a generous person. But
tipping a drive-through worker is not necessary as tipping somebody who is literally when you look at their job, you're like, man, they need tips, and you just choose not to tip them. You know, I mean, I could delivery worker or something like that.
They make minimum at.
I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry.
They don't make minimum with most of these delivery jobs. Like a piece of delivery person makes different type of money. You know what I mean? They're a lot. And
but
same
there's
with service
levels
people.
to this shit.
But the thing is, you guys know the levels.
We all broke. We all know there's broke or rich. I'm broke myself. I'm gonna tip another broke person. Once I get rich, maybe I'll tip you. Nah, I'll tip you. All right. If you still broke,
I don't see it like that.
If you still broke, then I'll tip you. But right now, ain't no middle class to me. So, You work that job. I'm sorry. That's your spot right now. That's your position. We fall idle. I worked.
It's just the principle. It's just the principle of it. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I could find in some term of events, I could find myself in a position being a service worker, and I would hope that somebody would tip me $4 or $5. You know what I mean? I would just hope that I would get at least that from a person. You know what I mean? Or $2. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. If I know I can't, but that's what I'm saying is like I can empathize with that. You know what I mean? I can understand, put myself in their shoes and be like, if I could get $1, $2, you know what I mean? I got a kid at the crib. I lost my job. I'm just trying to make some money. You know what I mean? And
I feel you.
So I feel it. So it's like I could imagine how it would be if I got nothing. I'm like, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? What did I do wrong to get nothing? Like, damn, I just delivered that food and I really just got like a couple bucks from Uber. I got like $4 for this trip, you know what I mean? But I could have got 10. They would just tip me a couple dollars, you know what I mean, for their $12, $13 order or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that I think about. So I'd be like, you know, I just be looking out. I'm trying to look out. That's all it is. Same with homeless people on the street. If I got cash in the whip, I'm giving them cash. It's just how I am. You know what I mean? I understand everybody don't do that for their own reasons. And that's why I mean, like I understand both sides of the coin. But when there is like when the industry itself, when we're aware of the fact that is messed up, that these people are in a sense being taken advantage of, you know what I mean, and you know they getting paid way less than anybody else, especially
taken advantage of at our job.
Look, bro, it's about the severity of it, bro. It's just different, you know what I mean? It's just that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to understand. That's what I'm saying. I can understand both sides of the coin, bro. If you like, oh, everybody's struggling, okay, the whole thing messed up, so we all struggling. I'm struggling too. Struggle with me. Okay, I feel you, but it's like, okay, if I got some extra cash. I feel it, bro. That's what I'm saying. I feel it. That's just not how I operate. So I'm more about, you know, we can get through this together instead of being like, oh, we just gonna good luck to me too type thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
They never tipped me, so maybe I'm selfish.
Maybe.
You better put your gratuity into your cost. You better put that VAT.
AT be looking up on online like, is there gratuity included? Nah, we ain't going there. If it's gratuity included in there, we not going there. Oh no, you can't come with us, bro. They said gratuity for parties of 6 is included. We need 5. You can't come, bro.
Oh my goodness. But I feel like people would do stuff like
that.
People
do this. I know they do, bro.
Me my money.
People will be like, man, they got somebody. I saw a video the other day. Somebody fighting over gratuity being included. Fighting a waiter. That's the most trashiest stuff I could ever see.
Because it ain't their fault.
Man, they just like, what? Y'all said gratuity. We ain't pay for the gratuity. Well, it's included in parties above 6. It's a graduation party. What? Live. You know what I mean? So
all right, no, go to them tables real quick. So we was really a party of
three separate parties of 3 people. Yeah, it's 9 of us, but we are 3 separate parties for real. So, you know what I mean? Ain't no gratuity. Hey, man, there's people that feel that way.
I done people's taxes and they ain't even pay me, so fuck it.
Hey, no, I feel you. But here's another thing.
That's your problem. All right, nobody tell you to do taxes and not get paid. That's your perspective on niggas. Be like, ain't nobody tell you to deliver food. Ain't nobody
Yeah, I ain't tell nobody. Yeah, scam me. This system corrupt. Yo, eat yourself. I'm lucky I got people I can trust and can get money with. But yo, anybody else? Fuck you. You ain't get my money.
I feel you, man. I feel you, bro.
Fuck out my face.
Yo, so like
you gotta say that in the mic, bro. You gotta say that in the little mic. No, the little mic.
Fuck out my face.
Wait, did you make a voice with that too? Or did it? Because that mic might be fixed.
My man
now.
said 411 AT. It's mini AT.
Yo, what's up with this rap Mount Rushmore though, y'all?
That's actually a really good question.
Yeah,
okay, so
fuck
man,
that Mount Rushmore.
Oh my God,
Mount Rushmore.
Hey, for real?
Hey, yo, he gonna hit us with the
die line. Hey, but this is actually mad thought. This is really interesting, man.
Man, people's responses.
Who do you see
Brian
in that
said Future.
Future?
Bro, Brian put Future.
I don't...
A lot of people are put Future.
Really?
All I see is... majority is Future and Nicki, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
This decade? or in hip hop in general? This decade,
no,
right?
it was a decade. So I think it was 2010.
That's what I would imagine, because that's the only thing that makes sense. They didn't want to make sense all of hip hop.
Didn't Drake win Artist of the Decade?
He did, yeah. Because that boy got streams out the wazoo, bro.
He's most streamed artist ever, ain't he?
Ridiculous, dude.
If I'm correct, I don't know if I'm correct.
I'm pretty sure. But it's crazy how it happened, because I look at Mariah Carey, I'm like, how do you not get to that point with you've been streaming since it started? You know what I mean? With the All I Want for Christmas, that's like a crazy hit record.
That's real hot in 1 month,
but
though.
that's not 1 month. That's like 2 months.
You think? All right.
I feel like it starts playing in shops and people's in commercials and stuff.
Like late October, early November.
Late November to like mid January. I feel like Christmas stuff kind of run over a little bit. And her song is so iconic. I feel like some people love Christmas year round too. But regardless, this is of the decade. So this decade, I mean, I feel like Nicki and Future were quiet for a good portion of the decade and not really being.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I mean, and that would be
I would say Wayne had a hot start to the decade.
Wayne was cold for a long time because of the fact that he
was locked up at one point.
I mean, he was locked up. He also was locked up contractually for a long time.
We're talking 2010 to 2020, right?
Yes, Cole's dropped everything of his discography in this decade. So, and same with Kendrick has also been quiet in spurts, but the things he's dropped has been monumental. Same with Cole. You know what I mean?
Section 80 in.
No,
in
that was 09. That was 09. Or 2010. That might have been 2010. That might have been 2010. I might be tripping. Check that. Can you check that for me?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, please. I think that might have been 09 or it could have been 2010. But I know that Good Kid dropped
2011.
Okay. So Kendrick's whole discography dropped in this decade as well.
No, wasn't something before Section 80?
He had OD, but that was an EP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said,
well, Section
give it
80
16.
Wasn't Section 80 technically a mixtape?
Nope, that was an album. That's considered this first album.
Really?
That's why they looked in that thing the other day when they were like first 4 albums to go platinum or first 6 albums to go platinum. Cole was like, up there. I think Drake about to drop his 6th album, so it's like he's about to be in that boat too. But it's like you look at Kendrick. It's like, why ain't Kendrick in there?
Dropped a lot of.
But it's because Section 80 was considered this first album and that did not go platinum, and that was not a number one. That's what it was. The albums dropping number one. Cole was like, all his albums are number one. I was like, well, how ain't Kendrick in there? Because Section 80 didn't drop number one. It was like it peaked at like 113 or something.
Cole built a lot of hype with the mixtapes too. I don't remember a lot of.
Friday Night Lights should have been a debut. Should have been his first album. I think we talk about that a lot. Cole has also talked about it
because he had to come up.
He had to come up. He had to warm up.
No,
the blow up wasn't a real album. That was actually a fake mix. That was like a compilation mix of other tracks. But the warm up is a real mixtape. And then Friday Night Lights.
I still wonder, is Comeback Season by Drake?
Yeah, that's a mixtape.
But is it a compilation one?
It's a mixtape.
So it was one that he
That's
put
an
together.
actual mixtape that he promoted. That was his project. I mean, he talks about it like that was his coming out party as being like Drake, because he had the one before that. What was it called? I forgot it.
He had Room for Improvement.
That's what it was. Room for Improvement.
That's
classic.
Room for
That's
Improvement.
I need to go get that.
Yo,
that's
people
classic.
be killing me saying they Drake fans, and I'm not a Drake fan. And when they name some of Drake's their favorite Drake rap, and I'm like, so what about Southern Smoke's Room for Improvement?
Crazy mixtape. Comeback Season was also solid, bro.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
And that's kind of like where we saw Trey Songz kind of co-sign him for real.
That was right where he did it with the Replacement Girl track. With the Replacement Girl track, that was their first track together with Trey Songz and them. When he started getting it, they did successful on So Far Gone and Thank Me Later. It sort of like transitioned into that and got the Wayne verse.
It's crazy, like when you see people just saying like Drake sang Trey Songz praises and even wanted to be on the one of Trey Songz like albums or something or his label or something like that. He's like, I want to be on your label or something like that. Bro. And it's funny to see who Drake is now and who Trey Songz is.
But you look at it how Drake was when he met the people he's with now, Oliver and 40. He met them while he was finishing up Comeback Season. You know what I mean? So you can see the trajectory change directly after that project, where he went with So Far Gone and he ended up making this different type of music. He created his own sound because he had 40 in the studio with him. Oliver was helping him with his management and his promo and his PR. They figured out something for themselves and they built it. That's my bad. But then they built something, and then they built something for each other. And they talked about this before. They saw the potential in each other able to make the best of it. But they were all working individually. Like 40 and Oliver were sort of doing their own thing. 40 was making beats. You know what I mean? Drake was doing this thing over here, and then Oliver and Drake linked up. You know what I mean? And then the rest was history, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
I do want to throw out there. I don't know. AT, your video is off.
His video's been mad inconsistent. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, you back. But I do want to say, I do remember at some point when Drake was on Young Money, I believe, Cortez Bryant was representing him. For everybody out there, I don't know, is Cortez Bryant still a part of Drake's team, or did that get dropped around the time he made If You're Reading This Too Late? I'm not sure.
That would make sense if it happened around then, because
that's my assumption.
He left the label.
So I'm kind of curious of that, because I think Cortez Bryant doesn't get enough love. He's not necessarily, Stephen Victor. Yo, my friend.
I think they're still working.
Really?
He is Lil Wayne's manager at this point.
Yeah, he's always been Wayne's manager.
But he's not Drake's manager anymore. He is Drake's former manager, but they're on good terms. Let's say that.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm glad we fact checked that, because I was wondering where he was in the mix of things.
It might have been around, I don't know exactly when, but it makes sense that it would have been when he dropped that and finished his contract with Interscope or whatever it was. Universal. Was it Universal?
I believe so.
And he finished that contract with them, and he would leave and do his own thing, because that's when he sort of focused on OVO. He started building his new artists and stuff like that, doing his own thing. So that makes sense.
About the rap Rushmore that we still got up on the screen, I kind of want to know who's y'all's fourth pick.
Man, in terms of rap, AT, do you have anybody? Do you have anybody in mind, bro? I gotta think, man.
I know I saw a lot of Big Sean references. I don't know.
No.
I don't know about that one. For me, that's a no.
That's a no for me there.
He could have been, man. He was supposed to be.
Close.
I'll say that.
All right, okay.
He was supposed to be.
I feel you.
When he dropped Finally Famous, that was his trajectory. He was right in there with Drake and Cole and Kendrick, and they was all on the same sort of plane.
Same with
Wale was also on that plane. Wale did not
fulfill.
Saying he's similar to Big Sean. He did not reach. I don't want to say it like that, but it's like we had big expectations for them, similar to Drake and Cole and Kendrick, and people rise to the top.
I have a question, and this is kind of pertaining to Big Sean, and then referencing the Detroit sound that we know right now. Mm-hmm. What made Detroit as a whole not kind of take up more of the sound of what Big Sean was? Like when you usually I see a city when like an artist has a certain.
What do you mean his sound?
Like
his flow?
Not necessarily his.
Because I was going to say his flow, other artists adopted his flow first, and they adopted it better. Young Money, in particular, at that exact moment.
So it couldn't become a that city thing.
It wasn't a Detroit sound. And everybody knows it's Big Sean, though. It's like a respect thing. Everybody knows that the super duper flow with the whole, like nasty, or, you know what I mean? Like the one word punchlines, whatever. That was off a track Big Sean had on a mixtape, a track called Super Duper Fly. And it was, or Super Duper Flow. I think that might have been what it was called. And it was, or Super Duper, that might have just been what it was called. But whole song is him, you doing this. And this is back in like 08, 09. So it's like before things really started going like that. But Drake, Wayne, Young Money, they sort of heard it. They got hip to it. Same with Good Music. And a lot of people adopted it because it was catchy. And Big Sean, I mean, he gets respect for it, but he did not get direct, like, acknowledgement because of the fact that he didn't have a hit song with that flow. Drake and Wayne did. They sort of pioneered that in the radio. You know what I mean? So it's like it wasn't a Detroit thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of messed up, but like still, Big Sean is like the best at executing. I feel like.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? But regardless, Drake being who Drake is, being an adopt sounds like that. Drake is like a chameleon, and he's really, really good at it to a point where like it's a fault to other artists and other places because they're like, oh, that's this thing. I thought it was a Drake thing.
So my other question then goes for what made it to where when Kendrick came out with his sound, we started to see a lot of West Coast adopt kind of how he sounded, not specifically everything.
It's almost like, I mean, think about Ali, okay? Think about the producers too. Think about Soundwave,
Okay.
So Kendrick's production, all in-house, you know what I mean? And TDE was a powerhouse at that point. They had what? They had Soul, they had Q.
Let's talk, and that the fact that you brought up Ali, like Ali does a lot of albums.
He is
we wouldn't even know
sound.
If we looked at his actual discography, you would see that his mixes, his sound is on that next level of not only diversity in the mix and the genres that he's mixing,
just volume.
Like, yes,
volume in terms of hip hop
he's putting out quality, some of the best projects of our generation.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. He's almost curating the sound in terms of the engineering, the sound, like not necessarily the production, but the sound.
That's kind of like how Guru did for Jay-Z.
That's why TDE was so.
Yep, because their production was dumb, and it was something new. It was quality nobody had ever noticed. You know what I mean? Even their mixtapes and stuff like that. All their stuff was. If something was dropping out for TDE, you know it was going to be dumb quality. And part of that was because of Soundwave. You know, the production was all in-house. It was always going to be some type of different type of production. It wasn't something you heard before. It wasn't like they had Metro. You know what I mean? You never heard Kendrick on a Metro beat. But
templatebeats.net.
And then you knew the mixing was going to be top-notch and it was going to sound amazing. And you were going to have these layered vocals and layered sounds that you was going to hear and it was going to all sound beautiful. You know what I mean? You knew that type thing. So expectations were there. And then you saw people starting to go to Ali. You know what I mean? And go to them, you know what I mean? For the mixing and stuff, dude. That's why almost everything in SoCal sounds amazing because everybody's going to Ali, bro. And Ali is sharing the wealth. You know what I'm saying? People like Mozzie. You look at Mozzie running out of LA. Boss and shit. Yep, Boss and shit. You know, Corday. Look, these are people not even necessarily just SoCal, but I'm talking about like people like these people that were coming up from SoCal. They was all getting their stuff mixed by Ali, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like that SoCal was just quality. And it reminded you of just being around clear skies. Like it was almost like a metaphor for LA almost. You know what I mean? Being out there in clear weather type thing. The sound was just so clear. You could just be there. Yeah. And I feel like that curated a whole nother motion. And that's why Ali is who he is today, where people understand the value in it. We talk about this all the time, bro. Mixing you need that. You know what I mean? In fact, people know it now because they saw what it did, you know what I'm saying, for Kendrick. And people, I feel like the one thing people don't think about more is the fact that he had a curated sound, running with Soundwave, same with Soul. All these people, man, they running with the same type of folk and producing. And shout out to Soundwave, man. That man is a GOAT on some real. You know, and people don't think about Terrace Martin, like these people that are running in that camp. You know what I mean? There are some GOATs, bro, incredibly diverse, incredibly talented. Still, people don't know that Soundwave. They give Kendrick a lot of props for that Black Panther, you know, soundtrack. That's Soundwave. You know what I mean? All that production and stuff like that, that curating, that's Soundwave and Kendrick in there. So it's not just Kendrick. Shout out to Kendrick and his genius, but he also is working with somebody who's curating the sound as well. I've talked about this before with One People. Shout out Gongzi. Talked about it before with Pro. You know what I mean? When they work with AU and stuff like that. Shout out to AU, Young Troubled Minds. His production is on another level, but when he has you in mind, you know what I mean? It takes it to that another step where y'all can really do some storytelling, you know?
Yeah. I think it's different just when you're having conversations with the people you're working with, as opposed to like,
and not even necessarily that, Willie. Not to cut you off.
No,
we brought Rico on a few weeks back, and he said, "Hey, I ain't never really talked to the producer, but like, he just started asking me what I liked and that type of stuff. Maybe not necessarily the conversations you're referring to, but
yeah,
but the conversations where it was like, hey." These are he knows what I'm looking for. This is the production I'm looking for. Delivers the sound, works with the whole project. And I think I've always said that changes things. Not that there isn't a beauty. Look at, again, Cole's project has multiple different producers on it. Yeah. Multiple different sounds. Not that there's not a beauty in that as well, but I feel like if you just tap in with a solo producer, y'all, that's why I love, shout out Great John, Sleepy Hollow, Chef G, all their shit. Because it's just him producing the same shit over and over. And it sounds fire. He's versatile producer and he makes
Same with Jetson. I actually heard recently, I don't know why he did this, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but I did see that he turned down a collaboration with Rihanna. You know, Jetson, and that's the baby's producer. So it's like you would think like maybe he's like, man, this is I am where I am for a reason. Like I'm working on this. You know what I mean? I'm getting this together here. And I have my sound here. So I don't even want to break off into that other genre because I know what I'm doing type of thing. Maybe it's something like that. I know that camp works with a lot of diligence and a lot of deliberate movements. So it could be, it could be strategic. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. I would be interested to see that.
Yeah, that was mad interesting. We actually running into some
because he has worked with other people. Yeah, I see it. He's worked with Jay Critch. He's worked with a few other people before, so it's interesting that he wouldn't want to diversify his sound a little bit.
I don't know. I wonder why. I'm gonna have to look into it more and have more to say on that later. But yeah, man. What we were talking about earlier, we're talking about the differences in regional stuff with the COVID thing, man. We see it in music, you know what I'm saying? We see it in the way that people build and stuff like that. But you also see it like in a sense of the way people go about what they're actually trying to do. You know what I mean? Sometimes people are more about the music. Sometimes people are more about, doing what's in the music. You know what I'm saying? It's really interesting to see this. Speaking of, I'm trying to figure out what's up with this because these guys, like, okay, so Drake, Kendrick, Cole, they embody like the three different aspects of hip hop, almost in a sense. And I don't know if there's another side of hip hop that is needed to get filled to complete it. I don't know who else belongs there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to bring it back to the question, but it's like we talked about Big Sean.
There is another side missing.
No Logic, but I don't feel like Logic fits that either.
No disrespect to Kendrick, but I feel like not that I don't respect him and his street be abouts and whereabouts, but like we need a strong like how 50 was back then, like how 50 was. That's what's missing right now, if anything.
I can agree with that. I don't know, man. I'm really trying to think. I don't even know. For real, a lot of those people that could have been those people don't make it to a point where they can be those people. 50 almost didn't make it, to be 100. You know what I mean? Like 50 barely made it. So it's like you think about that too. Like it's getting harder and harder to really just hone in on your craft and be that person. You know what I mean? Maybe in a couple years we might. I don't know. We out of the 2010s now. I was gonna say maybe like Lil Baby could be in that realm or something like that because of his music, but he only came in later than half into the decade, so I don't know, man.
If Benny or Griselda them had started a little earlier, maybe, but
if Smurda never went to jail.
That too, I mean, you never know. So
that stuff can make sense. If MA had been more consistent, maybe again that's later in the decade though. I couldn't even. Kodak had stayed out of jail, maybe.
That's I don't know who was 2010, bro. What were we really bumping back then? Like, think about what he was really.
I was bumping Cole.
I was bumping Drake.
Bumping Cole and Drake, bro.
Cole and Drake as well.
Bumping a lot of Cole and Drake. Wiz. Bumping a lot of Wiz. Bumping a lot of Big Sean, man.
Fab, maybe if Fab would have made
college though.
Fab was
late
2000s.
What about late college?
Cole and Drake still, and Kendrick by that point. I was bumping Kendrick by my sophomore year. You know what I mean? So, or actually, the summer going into my sophomore year, I found Kendrick and started bumping OD. Then he dropped Good Kid, Mad City later on that year.
For my pick for Mount Rapmore though, I'm gonna pick Ye though.
Ye for 2010s?
That was my other call. That's the only other.
That's some goated stuff right there, man.
Back to Stacy's point though, or Locke's point. It's still missing that. There's something missing because Drake and Kanye and like
kind of in that same realm.
And even Kendrick and Cole kind of play that same realm. That's why I was like,
there's bleed over for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel you though, that sort of that hood aspect of the like Jay-Z type, you know what I mean? 50 type of thing. Like,
but you got like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That was in 2010, right?
Yeah.
And he had Watch the Throne. And then he had Ye. I mean, then he had Yeezy. And then he started doing, he had St. Pablo. Yeah. And then he started getting crazy with the Jesus. I mean, I don't want to say crazy, but he got Jesus is King. He had the Sunday services and stuff. And then he had the Ye. He had dropped Ye then. I gotta say, Kanye is always active, and he definitely pushes the envelope. But it's tough. His impact this decade, as opposed to the 2000s, just I feel like, but like you said though, like in terms of anybody else in the game, like Who else would fit? Who else was active enough and successful enough?
Yeah, I would really put I would put Yeezy up there for real. Yeah, that's my choice.
Well, okay. Who's in 2000s then?
But I get your point. Like it's kind of close with Drake and Ye.
That's a very good point from AT. Yeah, like, talking about and then there's bleed over between Cole and Kendrick as well though, where there's sounds like that too. And but I mean, you also look at Drake. Drake's worked with Ye. Drake wrote Yikes off of Ye. You know what I mean? So
I guess I also want to throw in there. I think we like not counting the impact that like Pink Friday had from Nicki. I know we mentioned her.
That was like Pink Friday. That was back in 2000. I mean 2010,
really?
Right? 2010, right?
Oh wait.
I'm not sure when Pink Friday was.
That was back in 2011.
Yeah, hold on. Wait. 2010.
Yeah, I remember when that dropped. That was a great album. I love that album.
That was like an iconic album from her.
I was a big fan of Young Money back then. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was a big fan of Nicki too.
Yeah,
Gutta, Lil Twist, Lil Chucky.
That's why it's like Wayne's impact is still up there too. Don't ever sleep on that.
But the thing is, that's why I discounted Wayne because
he didn't go out of jail.
Yeah. I mean, not even necessarily jail. It was just the contractual stuff where he just couldn't drop. The Free Weezy album was actually cool, but it's like nobody heard it because it was on Tidal.
I do want to throw out there, this is not to try and push this as a choice, but I just genuinely just stumbled upon this. I totally forgot the song Feeling Myself by Nicki and Beyonce. Everybody was like singing and rapping that.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I don't know if that went number one technically, but like I remember for a solid time, like that was the main song that I was hearing.
But when I look at projects dropping, and so you look at Drake, look at Cole, look at Kendrick. Who is their competition? Each other. Every time.
Then I'm still throwing Ye in there, bro.
And with Nicki,
okay, yeah, I see your point.
You see doubt, you see competition. That's my only problem.
Okay,
with Ye,
Ye is in the same boat as
who is Ye's competition? You know what I mean?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Them. That's it. Like but we still see Ye above all them because Ye's been around. So it's like.
But then when we look at still how he been in motion through the like
he's still dropping quality. Yeah. I mean, personally, I feel like he's still dropping quality music. I am a fan of Ye. I know that some of the stuff I was a fan of Yeezus. You know what I mean? I was a fan of 808. So it's like to me, I was sort of still in line. But it's like watching his progression. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it musically, just not necessarily like everything else. But when he drops, like it's about the music. That's one thing about Ye. It's like when he dropped, no matter what he's been talking about or doing, it's always about the music. You know.
Life for Pablo was the last good release, fam.
I understand. Jesus is. I liked Ye. I liked Ye. Ye was not bad. Ye was a good album. I like that album. Came out like 2 years ago or so. He had a couple good tracks on there. I still bumped that. It's in rotation.
Y'all back? Oh wow.
Okay. Oh, we are back. I didn't realize. Shout out.
I can't see y'all on my end, but it's fine.
Okay, but yeah. So I mean, damn. I mean, honestly, man, when you look at Process of Elimination, maybe it's Ye. I'm curious about what's the 2000s rap more. You know what I mean? Like
Wayne is
there. Jay-Z.
Are we putting T-Pain?
Is Jay-Z there when Jay-Z retired halfway through? Like he came back.
T-Pain's a good pick too.
Can you put because this is Mount
I remember
more almost.
Hey yo, I remember watching Wilson Park when I got home from school, and they did the top 10 videos, and every single video had T-Pain in it.
No, it didn't. Yo.
Literally, every video was either a T-Pain. Yeah, it was like 2 songs that was T-Pain, and the rest was all featuring T-Pain. It was crazy, bro. And I was like, T-Pain is really running the game. And they was talking about like everything we have today either has T-Pain or it's featuring T-Pain. That was back when he was like, he had the song with
he just had all the hooks.
He had the song with Chris Brown. You know what I mean? We was like, hey, she want that lovey. She want that kiss. And then he had all them other tracks, man.
Blame it on the goose.
Bro, literally, there might have been the time where all those were hits, bro. And he was literally running. So yeah, T-Pain definitely on there.
I hope T-Pain had a good record deal because them was
T-Pain can still make hits.
Man.
Them was hits.
Yo, his 3 albums, from Rapper Turned Singer to Epiphany, 3 Rings. Hits.
Hey, bro.
Every single one of them.
Bro.
Every one of them. Niggas be playing, bro.
He not lying.
They really are hits. So
yeah, it's Wayne T-Pain for sure in his 2000s.
So I look at Jay-Z.
Woo!
What did he drop in 2000s? He dropped Rock La Familia. He dropped Blueprint. He dropped Blueprint 3 for sure was later. That was like in 2008. That's when Cole was coming out. Cole was on that album. You know what I mean? I feel like Jay-Z got to fall in that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, AT? Do you feel like T-Pain?
2000s?
Yeah, 2000s, man. This is kind of like off topic.
T-Pain is a good pick. I think Kanye would bleed over into that as well. It's hard.
50 got to be in there, though,
you got
too.
College Dropout. 50 does go
50
in
has to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, that rap Rushmore for the 2000s
is more diverse.
Difficult.
It's more diverse. To your point,
Yeah.
I don't know about harder, Willie, but it's a little more diverse.
It's a lot more parody. Let's say that. There's a lot more parody in the 2000s than it was here with Drake dominating
It's
the
a
way
different
he did.
spectrum.
For sure, 100%. It was a lot more. It was just more competitive,
Not that we don't have a more diverse spectrum of music now, but I feel like the people that that's probably what it is. The fact that the people that dominated aren't necessarily like there's a few lanes to like how they dominated. Like
it's like, oh, you streams, like, it's like, I don't know, like, is that okay? Streams, impact, like, it's
and
like,
that's why and that's why you're looking at this year's what they posted, what's been popular this week is Kendrick and Cole are that same lane almost.
Yep. In a real sense.
But that lane dominated hip hop.
But then you throw Ye in there.
Not necessarily.
Ye and Drake are in that same lane as well. You know what I mean? In terms of pop hits. So it's like those are the two lanes of hip hop. So it's like how many lanes do you go and who do you really put in that realm of success? You know what I mean? In terms of hip hop. So it's like I feel like Ye fits here. And as crazy as it is, I feel like Ye also fits in 2000s. But I also think it's a lot more parody to your point. It's like we have a lot more options.
Yeah.
2000s. I feel like Ye, Jay, 50.
Would you say that there were more lanes that
in
were
2000s?
that were commercially feasible, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, no. I wouldn't say that.
So you're saying this kind of been
There's
the two
more
lanes of
money
hip hop?
now.
No. In terms of they are, I mean, the thing is, these guys, they can fit in any lane.
Okay.
They can go radio, they can go, pure, they can go conscious, quote unquote. You know what I mean? But all those lanes are viable. Everybody making money. I talked about this before. Like, you can be the lowest of the low, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Just being like, oh, I got my stuff on there. You're still making money off music. You can still make money. You can make money. You couldn't do that back then. It was real hard to make money off music unless you was signed. That's why everybody was like, let me get a deal. You don't got to get a deal now. So I feel like now people can make their own music. You see people like Childish, you know what I mean? Who transitioned from a hip hop into like this, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call what he doing now, alternative. That's like the only thing you can really say. But it's like, that's like
alternative hip hop.
But he's rapping. He got 21 on the album. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is still like, that's a lane of hip hop now. It's like, that was never there before. But it's like, that's a whole other lane of hip hop. Now Tyler, the Creator, created another lane. You know what I mean? A lot of these people, there's a lot more feasible lanes now than they were back then because there were a lot more boxes. You know what I mean? Like, even Ye, when he first started wearing like pink polos and shit, people looked at him crazy. But you see people like Thugger wearing dresses and it just don't matter. You know what I mean? He's a thug. He said, I wear a dress because I keep the stick on me. He got to fit the stick under the dress. So it's like, that's like some whole other lane. You know what I mean? But like, that's the only reason I feel that way. Back then, like, we think about the people we talking about, 50, Jay-Z, Kanye. Who else we talk about?
Are we throwing T-Pain in there?
Yeah, T-Pain. That's what it was. T-Pain.
Was DMX like that was his hot
time? He dropped a lot of his stuff. He dropped like
late 90s,
early 2000s. He dropped like 4 albums in like 4 years or something like that. So I wouldn't say DMX. Close. Rough Riders in themselves were very active. Eve was one of those people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's not count out the fact that like Bow Wow was hot.
He was hot. I'm excited for the verses. I'm excited for the Bow Wow. So is that today?
I would say that's a
No. That's a Swizz Timber today.
Are you sure?
AT, are you there?
Hey, the same thing happened to him.
Hey man.
At least ours is just freeze.
Hey man. AT, you know these things.
Oh, dude.
Hey man, I'm about to go ahead and check right quick. What's up with the Swizz, Timbo?
Well, I thought they already battled.
They've been doing a rematch. Literally, that's what it's called. It's called the rematch.
Yo, they about to make so much money off this,
bro. Cause they got so many hits, bro. It don't matter, bro.
I wonder if they getting like a piece of the pie on every battle too. Like
I bet.
But then it's just like, they're
called they're the producers.
But are they like are they putting money up to like book these people for? Are people like, hey, I'm gonna do it? Because
honestly,
you hear me?
Yes. You back?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hey, we had a question for you. Is the Swizz Timbo rematch tonight or is it tomorrow?
I think it's tonight.
When is the Bow Wow Soldier versus?
I don't think they've announced the date for that.
Man, I can't wait for that because it's honestly gonna be.
I might go live for that one.
People clown Soldier. People clown Bow Wow. People, please. People clown Bow Wow. People clown Soldier for their antics. You know, I saw a video the other day of Bow Wow. I mean, not Bow Wow, but Soldier getting checked in the hood, and it was just mad funny because he was just being Soldier. Somebody just said, "Nah, man." He was like, "Hey, man, chill," and it was just a little crazy. But people clown these folks, man.
And he goes by Draco,
but Big Draco.
But these guys, but these dudes were pioneers, bro. They pioneered. Soldier was a pioneer in the production, pioneer in management, pioneer in marketing, pioneer in his music, even in his rapping. You know what I mean?
He would like names, because you know everybody was getting their music off LimeWire,
bro.
He would just name it like 50 Cent songs, and then you download it, and then it'd be like boom, doom.
He was so crazy, bro. And then he had and then Bow Wow. Bow Wow was set up like a prodigy under Def Jam. You know what I mean? And he was their biggest success for a couple years.
Prodigy.
What?
My friend.
When did Bow Wow officially fall off?
It was
when he changed his name to Bow Wow?
I don't know. Actually, now I want to look at his discography because we'll know.
I feel like he started acting and
because he was still hot when he made that joint with Sierra. Like, I ain't never had nobody.
Yeah, that was a hit.
That was a hit. Like Bow Wow was not corny yet.
He was coming back when he dropped that because he was dating Sierra.
That Bow Wow was hitting. So
hey, that was a whole hit. And then that's when he was doing movies and stuff. That's when he did the Johnson
like
Family Vacation
Roll
and
Bounce.
stuff.
Like Bow Wow was
Johnson
still
Family
hot.
Vacation with Cedric the Entertainer.
Bro, 05, he had Let Me Hold You. 06, he had Shorty Like Mine.
Man, we were really
06, Out of My System. 05, Fresh As I Am Is. Basketball in 02. Like You in 05.
So 07 was Fresh As I Is?
That was 05.
05 was what was 07? Shorty Like Mine? With Omarion?
No. Shorty Like Mine was 06.
Sierra. Shorty Like... No, that's Omarion. That's 06. What was in 07?
07, he dropped Girlfriend.
With Sierra.
He Ain't Gotta Know. All right, that's...
Sierra.
See, that's... Okay,
07. Yeah. I'm going to call 07. Fresh As I Is was a hit.
Because he hopped on Marco Polo in 09.
That was his last. Okay, that was Soldier. All right? That was Soldier, too. That's when Soldier said, last night your girl's forehead was on my abs. That was a hit, too. I cannot wait for this verse.
So I would say somewhere between 07 and 09 is like a soft fall off.
He did a movie then. He did Roadblock.
I'm giving a good portion of Bow Wow kind of ruled 2000 to 2010. And that he was hot.
That's really tough.
He was like, yo, you got we forget Bow Wow was like the artist. We were like,
where is AT, man? But yeah, bro, hey, for real, that got you see me, you see my face, bro. That's like
we just went down like hits, and it was
Soldier
most of that
too,
year.
Though.
I mean, also that
Soldier was like the last 4 years.
I was
06, 07. So he was late decade, but Bow Wow was there the whole decade.
That's
he did Basketball
saying.
in 02.
Yeah.
He did Like Mike in the early 2000s as well. The movie Like Mike, and then he did Roll Bounce later. That man was an icon.
What's wrong with this shit?
Bro, are you
Y'all
here?
Can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What's wrong with this shit?
I don't know, bro.
Am I back?
Yeah. You all got food now? What you been doing, bro?
Yo, this got to be hands down funny as Unscripted. We like...
Hey, man. And we were just talking. Bow Wow was low.
Beard.
Did you hear what we was talking about?
I could, but it was like, wouldn't let me talk or do nothing.
Dang. So at least you know what we was talking about, man. How do you feel about that? Bow Wow was really like...
This is going to be one of the best unscripted, best unscripted, but also best verses.
Yes. That man was really like icon in the 2000s, bro. He like Mike in the early 2000s. He dropped Basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport. And then he dropped Roll Bounce later on, and then Marco Polo to end off the decade with Soulja. That was a hit.
He got a good decade in the 2000s, John.
He was the man.
He got,
and then he did the track with Omarion.
He had the Scream tours.
Yep, well, so Omarion too. Yep, Scream tour him. He did like 3 of those.
He helped put Omarion on. He helped put all them artists that came up after that on because he created
a whole wave.
Bro, Soulja and Bow Wow about to really be talking so much crap on this versus. They about to be like, we really the kings of the game. Y'all all our children.
Do we know what time the Swizz shit is? But like,
it's gotta be like, I'm gonna find out.
They gotta bring the versus feeling back. You know what I mean? Like, no performance like me versus you back.
What do you mean?
I feel like it's like a performance. It's like, hey, you know the set list, I know the set list. Like, what happened to it's 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. Wow.
Okay. That's late as hell. They had Club Live, that's why. I forgot. They had Club Live, so it don't open, you know what I mean? So
wait, the battle's mad late?
Like, it's at Mad Live. It's at Club Live. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern.
No, like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. Like mad late. Like
that's mad late to me. I feel mad late. I'm old. But they at Club Live.
So it's only 5 if you live in Cali. Yo, like I feel like Cali is just on a different wave because they time is.
It's a problem sometimes, bro. They be having basketball games at like noon. Like I ain't trying to watch basketball right now.
Can you hear me? Yo,
I can hear you. I can hear you. You looking glitchy, but we here. Oh no.
Yo.
Why your webcam blinking, bro? Open your eyes.
Hey yo. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like San Francisco's like, I'm about to take a lunch and go ahead on over to the game.
I'm gonna go ahead and go watch this Warriors game. I'll be back.
It's like 3 p.m.
It's like, bro, no, it's like 12:30. The hell are you doing?
It's my lunch hours.
Dog, I'm telling you, bro. They be having these early Saturday afternoon games. People talk about it on the Sports Center and stuff. They'll talk about how it's different for these players because they got to get up and then they got immediately start playing basketball. They usually play at like 7 p.m. and stuff. They'll sleep during the day and stuff and then go play. It's like them boys be going there looking rusty. Dang, this man AT really gone.
You gotta get the Warriors more respect now, cause
whole West Coast. Hey man,
this not the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, get the Kings some love. Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, man, Marvin Bagley.
Why your tone changed when you said?
Cause man, they be balling. They ain't there yet. It's okay. They gonna be in the playoffs. They have some stars, bro. Watch. You gonna see Marvin Bagley III, De'Aaron Fox. You know what I mean? They got Harrison Barnes. No, they don't.
This is Uncle Locke at his finest.
Not even, bro. Them Kings is bad, bro. You gonna see, bro.
He even talking like an Uncle Locke.
Yo, man, are you good? Are you good, AT?
Yo,
we might have to just chalk this, bro. It might be body.
What is going on?
I don't know. We might have to just chalk it. It might be the days telling us something.
We
trying to come.
What were we just talking about? That shit was. I had a point to that.
We're talking about Bow Wow and the verses. The verses stuff.
Also, this verses, they got to bring it back to like being versus each other, not like.
Yeah, you said it was like so like the 2 Chainz one. You felt like it was like or like the Jeezy and when they felt like they were like standing next to each other, performing their songs, and you want it to be like what you want it to be like.
I watched the Method Man one. That was the last one I watched, and I was like, man, this is. The 421, I was like, wow, this is a performance. Like
I didn't even watch that. I watched this Keisha Cole one. That was my last one I watched. It was just cringy. It was so funny. But they were also performing. So, they were just
and it was more performance, but it was versus. It was still like, hey, me versus you. There was all that beef before. Like,
yeah, that was
still versus at least.
Okay.
But I feel like they changed it to more of like, hey, this is a set list of like our songs. We know what we're about to do. Like, it needs to be me versus you.
Who did Method Man go up against?
Redman.
That's not a versus.
It's weird. They got too many songs together.
They friends. Like Gucci and Jeezy, that's a versus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then what about the Jill Scott, Erykah Badu?
Rick Ross versus Travis Scott, that's a versus. Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu, that's a versus because they were in the same room. They didn't do no songs together.
But Jill Scott wrote one of Erykah Badu's songs.
Hey, that's cool. That's why Drake ain't got no verses. That ain't fair. Hey, look, man. When Rick Ross and
Drake and Beyonce, that would be the verses.
When Rick Ross and 2 Chainz did their verses, a smooth like 3 or 4 picks back to back from both of them. It was like consecutive like 9 songs, all Drake songs. And I was like, wow.
Yeah,
like,
that shit was funny, yo. That shit was
2 Chainz like, I got
crazy.
another plaque off of this one too. And this
Yeah,
is Drake.
yeah, that shit was
I was like,
crazy.
man, this ain't. That's why Drake can't do a verses because he'll be everywhere. He's like, I'll do this for days. Like, you know what I mean? Literally days.
Drake
like,
versus Michael Jackson.
This is why he was artist of the decade, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? He was active.
If T-Pain wouldn't have stopped because of like obviously like there's some legal issues stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but
like he would
also he's also in that boat. Got hella features. Like the thing is, his discography
Chris
alone.
Brown.
That's what I'm saying. His discography alone. His discography alone is so powerful. And then like from top to bottom, like every album you listen to it straight through. You know what I mean? Interludes and all. Like it's a project. You know what I mean? And then his features also just carry the weight of his star power.
Star power.
Yo, A.T.
Hey man, this dude's still here, but he not. But we can hear him.
I don't know what's going on.
You might have to chalk it, bro. We've been on for a little over an hour, I think, too. So
this is such a good combo.
it is.
My
It's going
friend.
crazy. I don't know, man. So okay, let's end it off right here. So the 2000s Mount Rapmore.
I just named it. I don't think people called it that. It just sounded cool.
That's cool. We can call it that.
All
That
right,
works
Mount
for me.
Rapmore.
That
Or
works for me.
Rap Rushmore?
No.
Rap Rushmore don't work?
Okay, that works for me. Rap Rushmore.
That sounds low key.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That alliteration vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ye,
Yeah.
50,
Wait, which decade?
the 2000s.
Okay.
Curtis was strong. Massacre was strong. Get Rich Die Trying strong.
That had
Very
to be
strong.
50s decade.
That's
I
strong.
thought we were doing this year though.
I mean, so we got. I mean,
this year?
so we. Oh man, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that third person, bro. We said yay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
did say yeah.
We said yay, but I'm talking about 2000s. I just threw out a hypothetical. Ye is also on the 2000s.
You
though.
gotta put Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is also there.
The Rap Rushmore in the 2000s. Wait, you can't.
It's
put
so
four,
hard.
You can't put 4 people there.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we got to. It's a Rushmore. So we got Ye.
Nelly.
Who? Nelly.
Then you gotta put Ludacris in there.
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't know. Theater of my mind was not enough. He didn't drop all fire. These people didn't miss. That's why I'm talking about.
Then I'm throwing Bow Wow in there too.
Damn.
Like you really like
Bow Wow. Damn. T-Pain got T-Pain there though.
But yeah,
you
Pain in there.
T-Pain has to be there.
Pain's the fourth.
T-Pain is the fourth.
You just knowing them fourth.
You can't put Bow Wow above Ye in terms of impact. I understand he dropped hits. Impact.
Bow Wow, yo.
You can't put him above 50. You can't put Bow Wow above 50. 50 got impact, bro. He was there. He also had movies. Jay-Z impact. Maybe Jay-Z don't fall there. Maybe Jay-Z's in the 90s.
Nah.
Maybe Jay-Z is not an artist that was that pivotal for one particular decade, but more so of hip hop. He's just hip hop. And now, no disrespect to Jay, but he was always not inconsistent, but he was in and out. You know what I mean? He came in mid 90s. He dipped out in the mid 2000s. Came back in the late. Came in early 2010s. Went quiet. Retired. You know what I mean? Retired in 2000s as well.
Sound like Michael Jordan though, don't it?
Yeah, but he come back and drop heat, get a chip. You know what I mean? So
now with the Wizards.
Hey man, it's okay. He played all them games though. But
did he still own the Wizards while he was playing for them? That's weird to be playing with your one of your.
He didn't own the Wizards.
At one point, I thought he did.
Maybe
or was that the? No, that might have been the.
He owned the Hornets right now.
I thought he owned a portion of the Wizards.
Maybe he did. He got money. So Jay 50. No, Ye 50.
No.
What?
He's just yelling at his camera.
I can't hear you.
Now I can't hear you. Hey, it's over, man. We gotta just forget the rap more. We gotta come back to that next week.
Y'all can hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
What did you do? What's going on?
What's going on? Yo.
Yo, man. We about to end the pod, bro. I'm about to FaceTime you. Hey.
Yeah, sign us out.
Hey. Why you still here? Sign us out, AT.
Any last words?
Oh my God. Hey man, much love to everybody that tuned in. AT, no audio. I don't hear you.
Hold on. Y'all, I'm back?
Yeah.
Hey, Daze Unscripted, live and direct from Willie's undisclosed location. In my undisclosed location, we are back for another episode. I believe it's episode 42. We coming back with guests very soon.
Yes.
Lock, AT, Willie B, Daze Unscripted. Let's fucking go. It's up, my friend.
Up.